What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the show, After School with the Lawsons. We're here tonight, just me and my beautiful wife, Whitney, or Nene, but you can call her whatever you want, really. Tonight, it's just us two, so I hope you're ready for a really good episode. What do you got for him, baby?
Well, don't be hyping them up. I mean, because if the episode is not that great...
It's on you.
Well, no.
That's how this works. If the episode isn't that good, it's on you. I'm just kidding. No, today's going to be a great episode, guys. We got lots of cool stuff planned for you guys and what we're going to talk about. But most importantly, Christmas is around the corner. It's like tomorrow's Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
And this episode will drop on Tuesday. But tomorrow is Christmas
For us, not for you guys, because technically this video is like in the future.
Well, technically, it's Christmas Eve for them tomorrow.
Well, right now, the time we're in now, it's tomorrow's Christmas Eve. But when this video comes out,
Correct.
It will be in the past.
Correct. You got a good point.
So we're speaking to the people in the future that it's not your Christmas Eve tomorrow. It was 3 days ago.
All right. Anyways, guys, thanks for tuning in and thanks for clicking on the video and just, wanting to check it out. If this is your first time with us, we talk about all kinds of crazy stuff. But tonight, it's just me and the wife. No guests on the show, so this is what you get.
What am I?
You're my wife.
I'm still a guest. I'm not on every show like you are. So
you're on quite a bit of shows. You're like the co-host.
Yeah, but
who shows up.
I'm also like the guest of honor.
You're the co-host who shows up when she wants, You're like a lunar eclipse. You rarely come around, but when you do, it's just the beautifulest thing I've ever seen.
Beautifulest? Is that a word?
I tend to think so. But anyways,
plans for Christmas Eve tomorrow?
Plans for Christmas Eve tomorrow. Every year we always do something with my family. We do a lot of fun, festive activities, lots of food and games, and we do Secret Santa, or not Secret Santa, we do Dirty Santa, but not like Dirty Nasty, we do like Dirty Clean Santa.
Well, it's called Dirty Santa, but I think it's just a mixture between the both. It's like, I think the only reason we call it Dirty Santa is because you can steal someone's gift.
Correct. It's almost like Sneaky Santa.
Yeah.
That's what we should call it.
I'm really hoping for number one this year. Because
I did get number one, not last year, but the year before.
I've yet to draw number one, and I'm feeling like,
Is this your year?
I'm feeling it. Like,
this is it, huh?
Yes.
So,
like the gods are in my favor this year.
I always thought that you could either get one or two. I mean, one or whoever the last
number.
Person.
Yeah, that's what I always thought.
But we don't do that. It's just always.
Well, Dustin, Mr. Rulebook, if you're watching, I mean, he's always correct. So I'm sure he's done hours of research.
We need to ask the Rule King.
Yes.
Tomorrow. But yeah, we got lots of, that's tomorrow at 4.
But if that's the case, how would that work? You know what I mean? The first number and the last number.
So the first number, I don't know. We'd have to Google it.
So it does make sense for
So the first number goes first, but then the last number, if you get last, then you go last. So you either want one or the last.
Yeah,
that way
because
you
the
can
last
look.
number you can steal, but then ultimately number one can steal your gift, but it can only be stolen 3 times max.
Correct. And then it's locked in.
Yeah. But see, as number one, you should have the power at the very end. Well, it's been stolen 3 times, but I'm number one, so I can steal it again. Mm-hmm. So.
But we do that. We got a couple more games planned.
We
lots
do
of
Saran
food.
Ball.
Oh, the Saran Ball. We do that. So explain the Saran Ball, because you just built one for your family. So
I built one for the first time. We went to my mom's house,
and it's a lot of work if you've never done it.
Who are you to say it's a lot of work?
I mean, it looks like a lot of work.
because you have not contributed to this.
It looks like a lot of work. I'm gonna tell you. I mean,
we had
you was at it.
We had my mom's Christmas party today, and I'm sorry, I'm yawning. It's late.
It is late, and it took Layton so long to go to bed, and that's why
kids are in bed
late.
right now. We just got home a couple of hours ago from mom's Christmas party.
And here's the thing: you got to get it in when you can. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it's 10:30 at night when we film a podcast. Sometimes it's 10 in the morning. I mean,
I think it is 10 o'clock at night
10.
right now.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm yawning, because I'm normally in bed. He stays up a little later. I mean, you might stay. Well, he actually stays up pretty late. But I think I go to bed probably around 9:30.
Yeah, around
later.
Around this time.
No later than 10 o'clock.
Oh Lord, it's kicking in.
Don't cut my yawn off like that. They're very enjoyable.
But anyways, Saran Ball.
So me and Cadence did the Saran Ball, and I bought 4 boxes of, I think it said 200 square feet of the Saran.
Name brand or off brand?
No, this was like the name brand.
Well, no wonder it took them forever to get that thing open today.
Well, I've also seen your family do it, and they're just going,
they do that press and seal wrap too.
Well, that's what me and Cadence was doing. So, when I've seen your family do it, is they're just wrapping and just wrapping. Me and Cadence, and I was like, when Cadence was doing it, I said, well, when you wrap, make sure if you see anything that's poking out, you're pressing it real good while you're doing it. And I didn't think it worked that well.
Yeah, you squished the image. I mean, and then she squished all the candy that was in there.
And every couple minutes, Cadence like, okay, tear it. Let's start a new piece.
Oh, so that was the issue today.
Yeah, well, that's what you're supposed to do, because you don't want to do it to where people are continuously unwrapping.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's why it was so hard. But we ended up using 4 boxes, so that was 800 square feet of Saran wrap. But every so often, there's like prizes in there. I did gag gifts this year, but we did it for Mom's house first time, and everybody was so excited. And I didn't know you were supposed to put a huge prize, like a valuable prize
in the center.
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, that is astronomical.
Well, I've never made one before. Is that the
right word to use?
I guess.
I don't even know what that word means, but it sounds good.
Well, I've never made one before, so I was like, well, I'm just going to do gag gifts.
Yeah, she put a poop squishy in the center of the Saran Ball.
It's considered like a fidget almost, or like a sensory toy. So
it's a turd.
You ever go to like Hobby Lobby?
A squishy turd.
You ever go to Hobby Lobby and they have like those? It's like a sand banana, and you can pull it and squish it. This was a big poop log. And it had eyeballs on it. And my uncle, the whole time,
he thought there was $100 bill in there.
I'm getting close to that $100. Oh, I can taste it. I can feel it. And then he's like, wait a minute. And then he pulled out a turd.
He said, all that mess for this turd? Yep. Sorry, Rick.
And then he kept talking about it. I said, well, I actually feel kind of bad that I didn't put $100 in there.
And you guys know Rick. He was the one who we prank called about the big dog, about the big lawnmower. And so if you guys already know that story,
we already told you he's very redneck, very funny. Oh, my God.
He was hyped the whole time. I mean, it took probably 30 minutes to unwrap this ball, okay? And I'm not exaggerating. He was hitting the floor from the second we started to the end. I mean, he was like,
scratch it, dig in it, sniff it,
tear it open.
And he's like, wait, save some for me. I mean, we had a ball. I mean, Daniel and I didn't even participate because it was just funny just to watch.
Yeah, it's always fun just to watch.
Yeah. And then we did the box tied around you with the balls.
Yeah. The ping pong box where you like got to shake your butt to get them out.
Yeah.
That was... I think my plan, instead of standing there and like shaking like everybody else did, mine was to do like reach behind me and drop it like it's hot kind of, and then shake, and then all the stuff would fall out, which that started off good, but I got a toe cramp, so I had to stand up.
What's funny is Mom posted the videos on Facebook today, and Jake's lid fell off within 2 seconds after doing it, the back piece of it. Oh. So that's why all of his was coming out like crazy.
No wonder Jake won.
So technically, you should have won, but...
You're king. Thank you. I will collect my prize later.
It shows on the video, you see his lid go off to the side, and it's in the floor. And I'm like, no wonder his were coming out like
I was
crazy.
about to say he was shaking like a salt shaker because they was coming out quick.
And I'm like, there's no way he was beating you because like you were literally bent over and they were just, coming out. But I was like, that's.
Well, I ended up getting a toe cramp and that was rough. So
I was bent over the entertainment center at one point trying to get him out. And I'm like, this game is not as easy as it seems.
Poor Connie. She
was like, I can't do it.
I can't do I'm done. She was barely even moving. Oh my God, it was so funny. But most importantly, we got to spend time with family, and that's really what Christmas is all about. I put a post on Instagram today saying that Christmas is not in the gifts, it's in the heart, and it takes for it to be in the heart, to be in the air, and then surround the people that you're around. And that's why I truly enjoy Christmas. Like, I get a kick more out of seeing the kids open their stuff.
That's what I was getting ready to say. It's like, especially as you get older, and especially the whole term giving, people throw that around as far as Christmas, but I think about that all year around. You want to be that giver, constantly giving, whether it be, anything, whether you can financially or give wisdom, advice, anything to help people. But you definitely want to be a giver and not a receiver.
Yeah.
But watching the kids, like, just as you get older, it's like you get so excited. It's like, oh, I could care less if I get anything. It's like, oh, hurry it up. I want to see the excitement on their faces,
right. Yeah, it's always funny. And then this is Layton's second year to where she's actually able to, like, tear open gifts.
Somewhat, but she's actually able to go, or wow, and enjoy the gifts.
Yeah.
Because last year she was just a year old.
Yeah, she was just a year old.
She couldn't she wasn't crawling or... No, she was crawling.
She was crawling, but she was just...
Right.
She wasn't talking.
Yeah, but she couldn't fully enjoy it. So now it's like she got a tricycle for Mom.
Oh, yeah.
And she was like...
Oh, and a baby doll and a stroller. And she's been pushing that thing around. She didn't want to go upstairs to take a bath tonight. I don't think she wanted to go to bed without it because she had this baby in the,
Well, at one point she had me put her in the baby stroller and she was wrapped up in a blanket like this with her juice and she was holding her feet up.
Oh, my goodness.
While I was pushing her around.
That's so funny. She's cracking me up. She was pushing the baby around in it, and she had, like, the little bottle that came with the baby doll, and she, like, kept putting the bottle
and kept doing her lips like this.
Yeah. It's so funny. As she gets older, more of her personality starting to come out.
And she'll look like, you looking at me?
Goodness.
And then she'll go, ha ha. Like,
yeah, she's definitely an entertainer.
Oh,
I mean, she gets it honest, but... she's definitely our entertainer.
Oh, yeah. And it's crazy because it's like you said, as they get older, their personality starts to show. And it's like, man, our kids are just funny, which everybody probably thinks their kids are hilarious. But it's like, you look at
just the little things that they do, like the whole side eye Layton does.
Yeah.
And then she sees you laugh and then... she does it again, like, oh, you like when I do that, so I'm gonna keep doing it.
And it's crazy that they're so little and they know, like, oh, I'm making them laugh. I'm gonna continue to do it. Like, it's just mind blowing.
To your point about giving
year round,
I think that's super important. And I lost my train of thought. I had something so good, and then I couldn't skip out on telling how Layton does the side eye because I think it's so cute.
It is. She'll be like,
it'll come back to me.
She'll start and she'll go.
It's so funny.
And then she'll do it again.
It's so funny.
She's rotten.
Well, we just got back from Chicago. We went up there and visited my aunt. My grandparents, we had such a blast.
We were planning to stay for 5 days, but we only stayed probably 3.
Yes, because Layton is a homebody.
She is stuck to a schedule. She loves her room, her bed, her food, her toys, her house, her way or the highway. I mean, this is her comfort zone. I mean,
yeah, it's so weird how different. I guess it could be kids in general, but it's so different how she, acts when she's not home compared to like even just staying the night somewhere. Like, she just can't deal.
Cadence wasn't like that, though. That's the thing. Like, Cadence was very, go with the flow. I'm fine. But Layton is very like, it almost reminds me of Cooper, Jamie and Dustin's kids, Jamie and Dustin's son, because they said, he's a huge homebody. He doesn't like leaving the house, and when he does, he might be in a mood, that's Layton.
That's how Layton is, yeah. But overall, she did pretty good, especially towards the end. She was doing really good, but at first it was
just mainly
rough.
A struggle at bedtime because she would wake up scared.
She's just out of her routine, you know?
Right.
She don't have her night light that she has here. She has a floor bed here to where when she gets up, if she gets scared, she could play with a toy and maybe fall back asleep.
Well, and if she wakes up, she knows where she's at.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, and we have like a street light outside too that kind of shines in, so it's a little brighter. But we ended up staying with my aunt. My aunt has Hodgkin's lymphoma, so the family's dealing with that, and she is just a powerhouse, dude. It's crazy how positive she is through this entire situation.
She really is, and
I think that is, and she said it too. That's like 90% of the battle is mental.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And she dealt with something, and I got to get her on this podcast. But it was like something she was going through where her body was just so sore.
Talking about before the cancer, right?
The cancer, and it's kind of like linked that they found out.
Right.
But it's such a small percentage of people that get it. But she dealt with that for a whole year, and then just dealing with that, and then going getting
right
the news
into cancer.
that she has the Hodgkin's, and then years ago, my other aunt, which was her sister, passed away from the same cancer, which is crazy ironic. But just knowing how everything is going and just her positivity, she's like high, like she's just a huge inspiration. Just to be around. Like, she is the only flower in the garden that's living. You know what I mean? Like, it's so crazy. And she's got two beautiful kids, Kayla and Kieran.
And she'll sit there and crack jokes and laugh, and y'all want to go out to eat, or do you want to do this? And
she's living life
right
the way she would with or without. She'll go through a hump here or there, but I think, You got it. I mean, if you got a little teardrop here and there, by all means, let it fall. Cleanse that soul, because crying is probably the greatest thing. But most importantly, she handles it like a champ.
She's got that mindset. Yeah.
She has gone through immunotherapy currently. She's got to do that once a month instead of chemo.
Now, isn't she starting chemo again next year, or is she doing another transplant?
Yeah, she's got to do a stem cell transplant.
So she's already been through chemo. She's had a stem cell transplant once, but that didn't work.
Well, I think it did work, and then it didn't work. And Sarah, I'm sorry if you're listening. I know you're a fan of the podcast, and I might get a little something wrong, but I love you. But yes, the stem cell thing, I think it did work. And then she kind of like, what is it called when it gets back, when your cancer comes back? Is it remission?
No, I think remission is when you're doing well.
When you're doing well.
Yeah.
So then she came out of remission.
Right.
And she's had a couple spots pop up. But now, see, when my first aunt had it and passed, they didn't do the immunotherapy. That wasn't an option.
That was in the 90s.
Yeah. And then it also wasn't an option to get a second stem cell transplant. So, with the technology and the things that
she's got more
involved,
options.
There's more options, which is huge, because like I was saying, she's got two kids. Kayla, they just had their birthdays. She just turned 21.
And Kieran turned 16.
Yeah. So, I'm so thankful and so glad, and I'm sure they are too, that there are other options, to be able to fight this rather than just her mindset, but the immunotherapy and the stem cell transplant.
Right. And it's crazy because they seem to be like, I've only been around them twice now, but gosh, and I've yet to meet Kayla, and I'm sure Kayla is just like Sarah and Kieran, but Sarah and Kieran, gosh, they're such good people. They're just alike. They're so kind, so sweet. Giving, and it's just like, those are people you just want to surround yourself with 24/7. It's like, and you just want to hug them and hold them tight and just give them the world and keep them safe. It's almost like you want to keep them as your kids, you know? It's just that feeling.
What did you say? What did you just say? It'll come back to me. This is the second time.
About Kayla or Kieran and Sarah and holding them tight and keeping them safe and kind and sweet.
Yeah, they're just sweet people. I mean, about surrounding yourself. Yeah, I think it's super important that you do surround yourself with good people, because at the end of the day, like attracts like. And the fact that you're that way, you know, you're very giving and caring and loving and understanding. And, you know, I think that's why we're attracted to each other. And then the fact that Sarah's like that, I mean, it probably just runs in the family, you know, it's that Lawson blood. But
I think that's why I feel so comfortable, like, because most of the time, like, if, which I'm not, I don't have anything against anyone, whether it be my family, your family, you know, the person next door. But it's like, of course, if you're only meeting or seeing someone for the second time, you're like, I don't know if I would stay at their house, you know, but I'm totally comfortable around Sarah and Kieran. And it's like, I felt great staying there. It's like you're home away from home, you know, and it's like, you don't feel that way with everybody.
Yeah. And it brought so many childhood memories back, just like the smells of my grandparents' house. Like, because they were up there too. They live in the same town. So when we stopped by, and it's like just the smells of Tinley Park, you know, Illinois, and just the smells of their house. And it's just like, even though it's a different house with completely different things, except maybe a rolly cabinet or a side table, it's crazy that the smell still's the same. You know what I mean?
That's wild.
And you know, just seeing those bears that Layton was able to take a picture in. Do we have that picture? Yeah. Okay, I'll have it pop up. Having that picture of them. I don't have the picture of me, but I might be able to try to get it for the episode. But if not, you'll get to see those.
He's talking about the bears that his Grammy brought out, that each bear had like the year on the foot Christmas bears. I remember growing up with those.
Yep, and me and my sister, Chelsea, have probably 8,000 pictures of these bears, not just of us in them, but pictures of the bears too. You know, my grandparents would give us one of those disposable cameras every single year. So we would take pictures of the cake. We would take pictures of the food for Christmas. We would take pictures of the bears. My grandma had this like little glass village with all the little skatey people, you know.
And those of you that don't know what a disposable camera is,
we'll have that pop up too. And
I mean, some people may not know.
Yeah. You know.
Well, a disposable camera, little lesson, real quick. They used to be like $5. This is before phones could take pictures and everything, or digital cameras came out. Go and buy a camera from like Walmart or Walgreens. You take them, you twist it. I mean, when you flash it, you twist it to spin to the next one.
Hold on, you missed the part where you got to push that button to even get it to flash, and it goes.
It loads up the flash. I forgot about that. And then, and then you twist it, and then you get like 27 to 30, or maybe 25. When you're all done, you take it to Walmart or Walgreens. When it first started, you drop it off, and it'd take about a week to get all your pictures back.
Shoot, and then there was like
what, one hour photo,
photos,
but you would have to pay a lot more money for that. So, and then they print off your pictures, and you get them back.
And then you also get like the
what's that called?
I can't remember, but it's like all of them if you wanted more copies.
It's not the outtakes. What?
Definitely ain't the outtakes.
What is it called?
It's like I don't know. If you know what it's called, leave it in the comments.
It's like on the tip of my tongue. It's like I want to say it, but
it's not the templates. I don't know.
Anyways, they know. Well, they may not know what we're talking about.
But yeah, you could take that back and get more copies with it.
Not the spares.
It's definitely not called the spares, honey. I don't know what it's called, but
anyways,
it's not
at your Grammys.
But yeah, we would take pictures of all that stuff. So just being up there and just eating the food and spending the time with the family and just reminiscing on those days, you know, it was just like so many years that we haven't seen them. It just feels like it was yesterday. You know what I mean?
It was fun.
Yeah, we had a blast.
I love his Grammy. Oh my gosh, she is so funny. Oh my, yes, and she loves the kids just like Sarah. But Grammy, just of course, she's older, and I think that's what makes it funny. It's like she'll still get down there and play with the kids, and
she put me in a headlock. For real.
But their accents is what I love. Like Go ahead and imitate your Grammy. What she says.
Oh,
Come on.
Oh yeah. I was like, Grammy, I think we're gonna head out tomorrow because Layton, and then she interrupts with well, come on.
I love their accents.
She's like, no, I get it.
But then when we go up there and out to eat, and the waitress asks us, "Where are you guys from?" I hear the slang. I'm like, what slang is she talking about?
What's she talking about, honey?
And that's how they probably, perceive us.
Oh, it's probably bad.
Yeah.
Because it's so strong on our end hearing it from them. But see,
when she said the word slang, I'm thinking, am I speaking hood or something? Like, that's what I thought. And I'm like, I didn't use any slang terms.
My wife's a thug, bruh. But, speaking of thug, my aunt, we have a Kia Sorento, and we have like the maps, the GPS in there. Well, Sarah was so excited this is like the car she wants. So she wanted to try to, get the maps to work and all this stuff. Well, she's like, oh, do you got the little thing that talks to you and tell you which way you're going? And I was like, yeah. She goes, what accent is it? I said, oh, mine speaks thug. And she goes, really? I was like, no, I'm just joking. But she really thought, oh man, our Kia was a thugged out Kia,
But we had a blast when we were there. She's got this, so what's her cat's name? Dubert?
Well, it was originally Loki, and then Loki went to
Dubert.
Doobie, and then Doobie went to Dubert.
How does it go from Loki to Doobie?
You just got to know Sarah and her cats, okay?
And now it's Dubert, which I think is so cute.
And
I love that name.
It was Doobs at one time.
Well, she still calls him Doobs.
It'll probably be Dink at one time. I mean, little Dink.
And then what was her dog's name?
Belle.
But Layton loved the cat. The cat wasn't really too fond of Layton.
Anybody.
Yeah, it would like, get away from me.
It's like, bruh, I'm like 870 years old, back up.
But the dog loved Layton. Layton loved the dog. She'd go, "Aw."
Oh, the dog would follow Layton around and just pick up her little crumbs, muffins, cookies,
and then
whatever.
Belle would lick Layton, and then Layton would turn around and lick Belle back.
Yeah, it was the strangest thing. They connected that day. Layton's like, that's how you say hi.
And then she'd lick her and then go, "Aw," and I'm like, "Ew, don't do that."
Oh, it's so funny.
But Sarah's got this stroller for her cat, and Layton loved the thing. Do you remember that? I mean, and it's got the little hood that you put over to where the cat just sits there and looks out, and Layton would put the hood, and she'd look out and say, "Hi." I mean, it was Sarah at one point was pushing her around the house, put a tray over it for her, literally spoiling the kid. Had her little nuggets and fries on it. Layton's just kicked back, just eating her nuggets and fries while Sarah's pushing her around.
Strolling through the house.
I said, "You are spoiling that child." She goes, "As she should be." She goes, "All little kids should be spoiled, in my opinion."
Oh, yeah. She's always been about kids, which is great. You know, she's always been about people in general, I feel like. She's just got a huge heart, and it runs in the family. My grandmother, she never meets a stranger. I feel like I've consumed her like how my grandma is. I feel like I've consumed her as an individual because, I could talk to the wall and in 3 minutes we know everything about each other.
Well, if you start talking to the wall, I'm going to make a phone call.
Yes. There's medicine for that.
Yeah.
But, I feel like I never meet a stranger. I love talking to people. I love meeting people because...
Well, everyone has a different story. That's what I think is so interesting. No one walks the same path through life, and it's just good to hear... speak to different people. I always love to speak to other people who are going through something because I've been in a spot to where I feel like I have no one or I have no one to speak to. And just that one person, whether they say, "Have a good day," or they smile at me or say thank you, it's like you look at them and you could be having the worst day ever and it's like, they really care. That was so nice. You know what I mean?
Well, you just never know what someone's going through.
Right.
My old boss always said, it's never just the mustard. And what he meant by that was like, if someone comes up to you and you're working, I worked at Wendy's for many, many years. And if there was an issue for someone's sandwich being messed up or whatever, they get mad, right? And he always said, it's never just the mustard. That being said, you just never know what they're going through. Surely there might be something wrong with this sandwich. There might be missing pickles and they love pickles, But at the end of the day, the people that truly get upset that bad, usually there's something else going on. Whether it happened that morning,
I agree.
A death in the family earlier that week or month, they just got diagnosed with a terminal illness,
because I've had my food messed up plenty of times and I've never taken it back and never said anything unless,
there's an
I've
issue.
been so mad or I've had a terrible day and I'm like, this is,
This is just uncalled for. And I've done the same thing.
Right.
And it's true. I think he needs to write a book on it. It's never just the mustard. With that being said, I think it's so important that us as people take the 3 little breaths that it might take or a half a breath and just say hello to somebody or thank you or open the door. You just never know what those small acts of kindness can do. And then that person's going to embrace that. And then who knows, that they might pass that gesture down the line.
It's going to be repeated.
You know what I mean? What is that thing that people do during the holidays, like pay it forward or whatever?
Right.
Through the line with coffee. Well, pay a thank you forward. Pay a open the door for someone forward, because doing those small things can mean the most to anybody. Like someone who's never had a door held open for, you just never know. You know what I mean? Or a thank you, or a please, or a hey, how's your day?
Right.
This person could probably be so antisocial and never speak to anybody and consume himself or herself in their home 24/7 and just get out for the necessities. And they're weird, right? But we take that minute to say, hey, how are you? Boom, they're cracked out of that shell,
Right.
I think it's a huge, important life lesson to just say hi, please, and thank you.
Well, not just people going through things, but also I feel like a lot of people just don't care nowadays, which is an issue. Just like we were speaking earlier, the different generations, the way people are being raised and, the way they're growing up. Just like me and you might go to the drive-thru. There's no hello, how are you? Nothing. And then I'll say thank you when they hand me my receipt and I either get nothing back or I get a yup.
Well, I think a lot of that too is pride in society, like pride in people's work too. I think because pride you can show with how you present something, or pride could be how you articulate your words. Pride could be saying thank you and having you pull up. You know what I mean? Are you lost?
Yeah, a little bit.
I could tell by the look on your face. What did you just say?
I don't think pride has anything to do with that.
I think having pride in your work.
No, I agree with that. They need to be more. They need to have more pride.
Yeah, and in doing that, they could say hello or pull up to because having pride in your work. You know what I mean?
I think a lot of it has to do with the younger generation, them feeling like the world owes them something. Hey, I'm just here to collect a paycheck. I don't need to go above and beyond. Oh, I don't need to add extra mustard on that burger. Oh, whatever. I'm still going to get, you know what I mean? And I don't like that, because just like you and I, when we first started dating and I was working 2 jobs, do you remember that? To where I was working dental and then coming and working at Wendy's and closing late and then having to redo it. I was exhausted on top of us having the kids and stuff, but I still had a smile on my face. I wasn't ashamed of having a part-time job at Wendy's and still talking to people. Smile. There's no excuse for that.
I'll tell you what, one time my pre-calculus teacher or history teacher, I can't remember who it was. I do remember the name, and I will not say it on here. But she comes through the drive-thru, and I'm working at the one on Russellville Road. And she comes through, I'm like, oh, hey, such and such. And she's like, oh, hey, she's like, you really did something with your life. she's like, you're working at Wendy's. And I was like, oh, no.
Oh, my gosh.
Like, for real. I'm not joking. And now I can say, hey, look, now I made it. I mean, for real, though. She really come through and
that's the thing, though. You weren't just, I mean, even if you are just an employee.
I think I was a shift manager at the time. But here's the thing.
But you were still working. You're still doing a job. You're still contributing to society. Mm-hmm. You're still working for your money.
I'm serving the public.
Exactly. I mean, so what does it matter?
The thing people don't understand is fast food is hard work. I've done it for 15 years. There's so much stuff you deal with, whether it's people half-ass working, people calling in, you being a manager in anything, not just fast food, say a convenience store or a clothing store, whatever. Being a manager, you have to pick, if you're an A manager, if you're a B manager, you're not going to do this, but if you're an A manager, if someone calls out or isn't working as hard, you have to be the one to pick it up, because you got to keep your team motivated.
But my thing is the way that she spoke to you like that, just because someone works at a fast food place or works at a clothing store or is a teacher or a college graduate or whatever, does not make you better than the next person. Mm-mm. I mean, that doesn't determine what kind of person you are or how you treat people. But at the end of the day, you're still working. You're still paying your bills. I mean.
And I was being nice, too. I was like, hey, such and such. She's like, oh, I see you done something with your life. And
Did you say anything after that?
No, I didn't.
You just ignored her?
I mean, I just, thank you. Have a good day. I mean, I was a little upset. But,
well, yeah, that's very hurtful.
That's... I was a little upset, but, to each their own. All I'm saying is if you go through the drive-thru, I worked fast food for many, probably 15 plus years. Started when I was 14 years old. Worked my way up from the bottom to the top. And it's hard work. It's hard work. And, there's a lot of stuff that you have to do safety-wise to take care of the... I mean, we're serving... It's all raw food, obviously not like the lettuce and tomatoes and stuff. But everything's temperature controlled. I mean, if you're not on top of that stuff... You can make people plenty sick.
Well, now you can look at her and say, hey, what's your name? The reason I didn't listen to you in class is because I didn't need that calculus anyways.
That's right.
So,
hey, you don't need calculus to make somebody smile. You know what I'm saying? I don't even think I've ever used calculus.
No.
I might on the computer or something. But I could.
No, the computer does the calculus for me, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. I mean,
you don't even use it on the computer; it does it for you.
Yeah. So, how you doing? No, but all in all, I don't even know where this conversation why even we got down to this path. But it was so good to be back up in Chicago visiting with the family. And just the big hearts they have. Can't wait to get back up there. The cool thing is we could go next month if we wanted to, and I'm happy to be able to do that. So,
well, we went to the Wonder Museum.
Oh yeah, we did go to the Wonder Museum or the WNDR.
Well, I thought it was the WNDR. It's actually the Wonder Museum.
Is it Wonder or Wander? I guess it depends on what part of the state you're from.
That's true. I never thought about that. But I was just calling it, I was asking your mom and your grandma, have y'all been in the WNDR? They're like, I don't think so. But I think it was because it's called the Wonder
They probably didn't even know it. They're like, I don't even know if we got one of those museums here.
But it's the Wonder Museum.
Yeah. It was super, it was like an arts museum. There was this huge floor.
It's a sensory art museum.
So it's like you can partake in... for example, there's this huge LED floor and it's like blue, but whenever you step on it, all these colors kind of like swarm to you.
Kind of like one of those globes that you touch.
Yeah, like the little electric globes or whatever. But just a lot of art and, I mean, like real art that's people done. There was a sound machine. I felt like I was like, what's his name?
West.
Kanye. I was like, look, I'm Kanye. I was like pushing these buttons and these lights would light up on the wall and the sound would... they would all do different stuff. It was all in all super cool. It was a little pricey for how big it was, But it was super cool. The kids had a blast, and I guess that's really all that matters.
I think that's one thing other than seeing your family when we go to Chicago is going to a different place, you know, as far as a museum, or we went to the Sky
Because you
Deck.
can't do it all in a week. Like if you go to
No.
Chicago in a week and you expect to see everything, the only way you could do that is probably go to the top of Willis Tower and literally see everything. That's it. But going to actually do everything, there's no way.
Next time we go, we definitely need to go when it's warmer in the springtime so we can do a lot more stuff outdoors.
Well, I think we need to go when it's warmer for sure to see Buckethead Fountain. Like it's in many movies.
When it's,
you know,
yeah.
when the faces are on there and the
Yeah.
water's spitting out. I
Right.
mean, kids are playing.
And I want to get a Chicago hot dog. I mean, no, I didn't get to get one last time because they only had a couple of those trucks out because it was cold. Remember, it was like Mexican food trucks and stuff.
Which was bussin'.
And
They
then
was fire.
we spent probably an hour and a half walking around downtown trying to find somewhere to eat. He's being picky, and I'm like,
She want to go Chick-fil-A.
because he couldn't decide. I said, well, it's cold outside. It's October. The wind's, I'm freezing. We got a baby out here. We're just going to stop at this Chick-fil-A because I'm trying to get warm. You're like, no. And I'm like, oh my God.
You can't go downtown Chicago and eat at Chick-fil-A or McDonald's. You need to go to like Frank and Beans taco trucks or something.
Well, we did go to the Sugar Factory last time we were there.
That was cool.
It was pricey, but it was fun.
Oh, yeah, it was super cool.
They
Lots
brought
of
out
unique,
the little sliders for Cadence. They were rainbow colors and everything. That was awesome.
all in all, awesome trip to Chicago and can't wait to go back. And Sarah, if you're listening, thanks for being so humble and just, you know, letting us kick it at your place for
And we love you.
the short times that we were there. But yeah, we do love you guys. We love you, Kiernan and Kayla and Grammy and Grandpa Larry
And Dubert.
and Dubes and Belle.
Belle.
But yeah, we had a good time. So Christmas morning is after Christmas Eve. What do you guys do that is listening or watching here on YouTube? Be sure and do you got to write your Christmas tradition in the comment section or email it, preferably in the comment section. But I will tell you our Christmas tradition because we don't do much on Christmas. I mean, we obviously open gifts with the kids, but we always do Chinese because no one's open on Christmas. And I feel like that's when you get the hungriest.
Well, we've never really I guess because the first year we were together, we didn't plan to cook anything Christmas morning.
Who does?
Well, some families do. They'll make a huge breakfast and stuff.
Yeah, on the Hallmark Channel.
Well, and so we were like, well, is there anything open? And the first year we were like, oh, let's go to Chinese.
It was bussin'.
We made that a tradition. And
Yep, that's the
year.
only time we eat Chinese. One time a year.
I think the only year we didn't go was the year Layton was born, which was in 2021, because she was only, 2 weeks old?
Yeah, 2 weeks, yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, because hers is on the
13th.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she was 2 weeks old.
So, yeah, we may do some Chinese this year. I don't know, though. I'm on this health kick, as you guys probably could tell in the videos.
You weren't on no health kick today at Mom's house.
Heck no. Y'all ever had apple dumplings? Between your Aunt Deborah and my cousin Jamie, you got to eat the apple dumplings.
My problem is
I didn't even eat any of the normal food. I ate very minimal normal food.
I feel like I'm getting a sty in my eye. I just keep digging it. It's hurting.
Yeah, you're on camera doing this.
I know.
Digging in there.
Well, it's just or it's not really a sty, but you ever get pressure in that little ball right
You're
here?
probably going blind.
It's
Blinder.
It's I just want to push it because I feel like maybe it'll squirt out. I don't know.
Don't do that right now. Especially with me to your left. I ain't trying
Let
to
me
get...
aim this way.
Oh, speaking of it, where was that pimple at that you had me pop the other day? And it you walked in here and it shot on me? Was it on your butt?
Or was it on my head?
Or your hip or something?
Oh, no, it was on my side, remember?
Was it your side or... It was your butt cheek.
Was it my butt cheek?
It was your butt cheek. It was
I don't know.
It was
somewhere.
Oh, no, it was on the back of your leg. No, it was your butt cheek. I'm pretty sure it was your butt cheek.
I don't know.
Well, anyways, it was this big pimple, and
It squirted on you?
yes. Oh. You remember? Like, it even made the noise like the... Like, it made that noise.
Too bad you weren't, like, videotaping it, because I love watching pimple
Dr.
popping.
Pimple Popper would have loved it. She probably wouldn't have approved of the process.
Those are too professional for me. I like the home video ones to where, hey, Johnny, get my pocket knife.
It looks like angel hair pasta coming out.
And it's a year past due since it should have been popped. And this thing is like he turns around, it's a big old crater on the back.
It looks like he's got a turtle shell on his back.
And they got these gloves that are way too big to be on their hands. And they're doing this. And then all of a sudden it flows. Oh my gosh. And it's black. Like,
oh yeah, he's septic at that point. There's no way.
I like those, and I like the ingrown toenail videos.
I can't do it.
I would love, like, if I could go back in time, I would love to go back to school to be a podiatrist, a foot doctor, because I would love to just dig ingrown toenails out of people's feet. I don't know what it is. It's just satisfying. Like, I have to almost stop myself. Like, when I clip my toenails, I literally have to stop myself from, like, digging at my toenails because it's so satisfying to just clip, like, and dig. I don't know why.
That's disgusting. But not as disgusting as I like the smell of pimples.
That's gross.
Sorry I threw a curveball at you there, folks, but I like the smell of pimples. Have you ever smelt one?
No.
You should try it.
I'm not
You smell your nose ring, you freak.
That's because it's hanging right there. I don't.
Yeah, but you twist it to get that skin rotten smell.
My chest went like this.
It's about what a pimple smells like. What your nose ring smells like is what a pimple smells like.
Okay, but I'm not going to... So that means you pop my pimple and you smell
No.
You're disgusting.
No, I did not smell your
You are
pimple.
the true definition of a savage. Like, that is nasty.
I mean, I'm just saying.
So
we're all here. We're family, guys.
So you did smell it?
Not yours.
Don't lie to me and tell me you ain't smelt someone else's pimple.
I've never smelt someone else's pimple. I'm not lying.
Why are you smiling?
Because you're over there looking like Dr. Dre.
So
that's why I was smiling. I mean, that was funny.
You never smelled anybody else's pimple.
Hell to the no.
So what else have you smelled other than pimples?
That's about it.
Do you like dig in your ear for earwax and smell that?
No, but one time I did have tubes in my ears. Oh, this is disgusting. And one would constantly drain. And I had to wear like this
Headphones?
Plastic wrap thing for my ear.
What?
It was like if I went swimming or something, it was like it was like an in-ear monitor, but it was plastic.
So like a hearing aid.
It looked like a hearing aid kind of, but it kept water from getting in. It was like an ear condom or something. I don't know. Well, that would get like crusty from the drainage in my ears, and I would smell it. And it smelled pretty weird. I
thought you were going to say it smelled pretty good. Oh, my God.
It smelled pretty weird. But, hey, at the end of the day, if you're watching this, you're technically family. I mean, you're invested at this point. So you need to know everything.
I wouldn't go above and beyond and be telling the world you like the smell of pimples.
I mean, I'm just saying, I'm going to be honest.
That's pretty...
What is wrong with being honest? Just tell everybody you like the smell of your nose ring. It's disgusting.
I don't like the smell of it.
She loves the smell of it. She's correct. She doesn't like it. She loves it. She wants some more of it.
I don't like the smell of it, but it's different.
It's satisfying.
It's just...
That's what the pimple smells like.
Sure.
It's different.
Yeah, but I'm not going to... Oh, let me pop this juice out of my... I'm not going to do that.
Well, you should try it because it's not that bad. Anyways, guys, thank you for tuning in tonight. We appreciate it, and this episode will be up on Thursday, so we hope you guys have had a very Merry Christmas. Just remember, it's time for the family, so...
Remember, though, this is in the future. So Christmas was like 3 days ago. So we hope you had a Merry Christmas.
That's what I said. We hope you had a Merry Christmas. Sorry, it's her first time. But seriously, guys, thank you so much for tuning in with us. We love you. We appreciate you. Don't forget to hit that bell icon on our channel. That way you know every single time we post new videos, okay? So make sure all notifications are turned on. Go ahead and give this video a big old thumbs up. And while you're there, you might as well subscribe to the channel. That way you know every single time we post a brand new video. What else you got?
You're nasty.
So are you nose ring smeller. Ew.
You pimple popper. Did I mention he likes to pop his pimples, smell them, and then lick them a little bit?
Oh, no. She's lying. She's lying. We got to go. Bye. See you guys. Love you. Bye. You're disgusting.